So I'm going to tell you how I started off as a runner. Now, you might argue that, oh, this wasn't really you starting out as a runner because you didn't really train much. But I started doing some group training with my school. My last year of primary, I was 12. Um, you know, how many times a week do we train? I don't know, maybe once or twice. Not a lot, to be honest. And um, we trained in the school. We had quite a lot of like grass pitches, so we could we had space to train. And people came in saying, oh, we have this thing called cross country training on whatever day it was a Wednesday or something, I don't know. And I was like, what's that? What's cross country? I don't know what that is. Is that like just running through? Is that running through country, or is that, I don't know? Is that like camping or something? And then eventually somebody told me what it was. It was just basically just running on grass and muck. And I was like, oh, that actually sounds interesting. I might try that out. So I went up to the training. I think I missed the first one or two, and then I started training with the squad. And I wasn't fit back then. It was actually hilarious how unfit I was. I was very carefree. I wasn't anywhere near as serious as I am now. I used to eat like a lot of junk food. I used to eat like breakfast rolls every day, crisps and soft drinks. And I was like the class clown back then. It's kind of funny. But I decided to go over there because I wasn't. The thing was, that year in my school we played rugby. We were like a rugby school, and I was normally it was like compulsory to play, and they had me playing as a forward. And I didn't want to be a forward because forwards tend to be the bigger guys, like the Keane Healy's and the likes, who go into the scrums and the rucks, guys like second rows, props, and stuff like that. I was a second row that season, and I was quite tall, so maybe you might argue that it was not a bad place to put me. But I wasn't that strong, to be honest. And I wanted to play as a back, because backs are the type of guys who they play with ball in hand. They run at people, they pass the ball. As a forward, you don't really get that many opportunities to do this. Like, from my memory was, we'd go into like a scrum or something, then the ball would come out. Either the other team would win the ball or my team would win the ball. The scrum half would pass it to the backs, and they'd run with the ball, and then somebody get tackled, and us forwards, we'd have to run across the pitch and get into a ruck. Do you know what I mean? And I remember that was basically our rugby match, our rugby training session back when I was young. And I went to because the thing was I didn't get the ball very often, but when I did, I'd often make a good run. I'd run through defenses, but it didn't happen often enough. So maybe I needed to improve my stamina a bit to get to that level. So I decided to do the cross country, and people were saying, oh, you're not going to last and stuff like that, but I was like, oh, I'm going to give it a go. And it was a struggle. I don't think I trained with the right group. I wasn't fit enough to train with the group I was training with, to be honest. I think I would have been better off maybe just training on my own, and then maybe improve my fitness and then start training with the squad. Because I was near the back. I was struggling, I was breathing heavy. People used to make fun of me for my heavy breathing and stuff like that. And I remember my first day there, I think I came last, but I was not too far behind one of the other guys who was played as a back in rugby, so I was kind of happy with myself. Now I wasn't exactly lighting up the place with my speed or anything, but I did better than I thought I would, so I was kind of happy with that. And I was a bit of a messer back then. I'd take the piss out of people when I was out training and stuff like that. I remember one day I was actually going to cross country training. I had my bag and everything, and then two of my friends robbed my bag, and they ran up the street, and I ran after them, and they left my gear on the ground. I picked it up, and I was like, I don't have to walk all the way back to the school. That would be like a 5-minute walk. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going home. Do you know what I mean? Because that was my mentality back then. Nowadays I'd be like, I'd cycle 6 miles to get to training. I wouldn't mind. Do you know what I mean?